Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Pinball FX2. Today we are going to be playing Doctor Strange, a movie which is maybe out right now in theaters or will be out very soon. Now, of course, this is a licensed property of the comic book character, so it's only going to have a slight resemblance to that.
Doctor Strange!
It's the same general concepts, but they may change a few things. The achievements here are start the Shumagorath multi-ball and best your enemies by completing the sorcerer mode. Alright, let's hop into it and see how well it is. So, I can already tell with the loading screen this is going by the comic book. I had to go by the comic book. I mean, they had no foreknowledge of what the movie is going to look like. The movie is real people and not animation.
Great
so
evil stirs, Master. The Sorcerer Supreme is needed
more subtle.
by the hoary hosts of Hoggoth. Wong, the battle of our lives awaits.
So you have this weird element here where that doesn't look like Benedict Cumberbatch there as Doctor Strange. These other characters, if they show up in the movie, aren't going to look the same. I doubt we're going to see a big Gorgon, is that what those are? The floating eyes with tentacles. And whoever that guy is, I don't know. Let's see. That says Mystic Masters, I believe is what you spell there. We have some floating, Mystic something ters. Posters? We got a couple of ramps. There's this weird, like, glowing empty playfield there. Right next, under the ramps. What does that do? What is under there? I have no idea. That may be nothing. Looks like there's a little too many ramps here. I'm seeing 8 and not too many targets or anything else to do. Mystic powers is what it spells. There's seems to be 7 missions. A big ring in the middle that lights up a bunch of stuff. So I think we're good to start now. Get our view 4, that's my favorite view. And launch and fire. Where's the
skill shot?
Skill shot. Right there, got it on the first try. Wow. So the reason why I start without looking at the instructions or anything is I want to see at least one game how much I can learn going in blind. Plus that is better for YouTube because then we spend less time stalling to start the actual gameplay, which is always an issue. There's just always setup work.
Where are the defenders when I need them?
The defenders getting mentioned. That is the Netflix people, I guess, would be the right thing to say there. It's going to be Doctor Strange is in that same Hell's Kitchen area of New York, and the defenders are Daredevil, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Jessica Jones. So it wouldn't be surprising if the Doctor Strange movie succeeded, that some of the Netflix actors from those TV series might do some cameos, or maybe Doctor Strange will do some cameos on the TV show. It might also be kind of like Ant-Man though, too. And Ant-Man got a movie, but then kind of, I think, got moved into TV. Or it might be like Constantine, which would be even worse.
Pain!
Get
I must
canceled.
send my astral form to investigate. What is this? Someone dares inhabit my physical form?
Your body, your power, everything you are have now become the birthright of the Dread Dormammu.
So this comic book goes from a while ago. Dormammu is
Such
the
mastery.
flaming skull. So I don't know if that's going to happen in the movie. I doubt it will.
Fantastic.
In the trailers.
How have you escaped your home dimension,
Fantastic.
demon?
I am reborn on this earth. This world and your power will be mine.
It's a little much to introduce demons to the Marvel Cinematic Universe,
Multiplier increased.
but I think they may do it because they're already doing Ghost Rider in the Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. TV series, and Ghost Rider gets his powers by making a deal with the devil. So that might very well happen, but they probably won't get too much play in the movies. That
Fine
seems what
shot,
Agents
Master.
of S.H.I.E.L.D. has become, is just the outlet to cover the more crazy parts of the Marvel Universe and allow the Avengers and all of those
Left
movies
kickback activated.
I am
mostly
humbled by
just
your
focus
greatness.
on aliens and fighting amongst themselves in civil wars. So since I'm spelling all of these words
Right
twice
kickback
over,
activated.
I don't think I can hit the flippers to change which letters are lit, which is not something I enjoy. That's part of the gameplay of pinball. I kind of expect it.
Eye of Agamotto.
Interesting.
Rise,
I didn't even see
rise.
that. And it just magically changes into a
Supreme.
above the playfield
Amazing.
minigame. Notice there's a peg in the middle, so
Fantastic.
I can't
Nice shot.
actually lose unless I really screw it up. Well, I guess I really screwed it up. So, a lot of magic. This is 100% magic. But it's kind of fantastical magic. It's not a Constantine style of demonic angels and devils, evil witches and wizards. It is
By the
It's
12
more-
moons of Munapur.
a mysticism,
You are truly a master
Then
of the mystic
us,
arts.
like
Multi-ball.
witchcraft,
All
demonic
saved.
stuff. Of course, we just saw
Amazing.
Dormammu, and that will probably be played down even more and never mentioned in the movie series.
Multi-ball ended.
It is possible that Doctor Strange succeeds, and it kind
Power
of
must
needs
be
to happen,
tempered by wisdom,
as in the
or
movie
it is
series,
worthless.
because
In the dream dimension. Nightmare! How have you
Nightmare.
bypassed the spells that guard my sleep?
Have I not told you, Strange? My schemes are tinged with genius.
Your
So-
schemes smack purely of cowardice, Nightmare. Your most prevalent trait.
Say what you will, this is my domain, and I rule unrivaled. Your spells are useless here.
So we're seeing a repeating theme that Doctor Strange is the strongest magician ever, and that's how it's supposed to go. So taking over his
Left
body
kickback
or
activated.
attacking him in his sleep is about the only way you can get one up on him. I don't think you could defeat Doctor Strange in a fight, or even in a magical one-on-one fight.
I'm in the dream dimension. Nightmare! How have you bypassed the spells that guard my sleep?
Anyways, what I was saying was,
Strange, my schemes are tinged with
if-
genius.
Marvel
Your
gets the
schemes
message
smack purely
that
of cowardice, Nightmare.
the
Your most
fantasy
prevalent trait.
worlds don't work. Fantasy movies don't work. It kind of cuts out a significant number of their stories. Even in like Spider-Man, there are magical elements in the stories. So if they start trying to hold back and do
Where are the
less,
defenders
that
when
might
I
be
need
good
them?
because then they might put more of an
I have
effort into
failed.
it.
The battle
Did I lose
is
finally?
over.
Awesome.
Pretty good game, 9 million, just without even knowing what to do.
Great evil stirs, Master.
Honestly though, I can't really give any advice to the Marvel and Disney making those movies. As long as they make money, as long as people are willing to go see them, I think they're on the right track. Even if all the movies start to be a little bit less quality, that's fine. I think they can firmly establish that 3, 4, 5 comic book movies are just going to come out every year for the rest of all time, and maybe DC can get some of their comic books out there, and maybe in a few more years we can even see some of the independent stories and less superhero themed comic books come out, and that would be interesting too, because there's certainly a lot of comic books out there that don't have to do with good guys defeating bad guys, and those stories are definitely not getting touched. Alright, so ball save, hit the bumpers 50 times, activate the ball save, good to know. Activate both kickbox by hitting the 6 rollovers and spelling Mystic Powers. Increase your multiplier by hitting the top 3 rollovers there. Figure that one out. Notice it's not actually spelling anything for the rollovers, it's just lighting up a fire. That's cool. You don't always have to spell something. 5 extra balls per game can be earned by completing the multiplier times 10, the random award mode, or the Dormammu first mission. So, maximum of 5 extra balls. That's one of the things I would like to go in the operator's menu and see if I can just make a game where it's an infinite number of balls and the game just never ends. That would be nice. That's something that's kind of mission. Combos make consecutive ramps and loop shots when the combo lights are lit. Main missions. There are 4 different jackpots. Doctor Strange jackpot, Strange missions, Dormammu's jackpot, Nightmare jackpot, and Mordo's jackpot. Complete the arcane and alchemy training, hitting these ramps when lit. Intellect hurry up by hitting that ramp. Wait. Complete all 5 intellect levels to start the intellect hurry up. Alright, interesting. Complete all 5 spirit levels to start the spirit hurry up. The Eye of Agamemnon, complete the wisdom level to activate the hole in the middle of the playfield. Shooting the hole activates a mini playfield which rises. We've seen that. Sorcerer's Supreme Frenzy, complete the Arcane Alchemy, Wisdom, Spirit, and Intellect modes, and an extra Frenzy multi-ball starts. That seems like a lot of work there. Let's see. Shuma Gorath, multi-ball. To have Shuma Gorath lock a ball, you have to shoot the left and right orbits 3 times each. Then you have to hit his tentacles with all 3 balls are locked. The Shuma Gorath multi-ball starts, and you can collect jackpots by shooting the flashing lanes. Alright. Double scoring. Shoot the left orbit 6 times, activate a diverter in the orbiter's right side. Shoot the left orbit once more to activate double scoring for 30 seconds. Not that interesting. Random reward. How many seconds was that? 30 seconds? Maybe in multi-ball that would help, but you're not really going to get that much score in 30 seconds. Shoot the right orbit 6 times to activate a diverter that will collect a random reward, such as ball save, kickback, extra ball, 1 million, 5 million, or a bonus multiplier. In order to start Doctor Strange's main missions, first you have to shoot down the drop down targets below him, then shoot the ball into the flashing hole. In the first mission, the Sorcerer Supremes needs to discover the location of the Book of Vishanti. In order to get it, you have to hit the flowing symbols on the playfield and by the Eye of Agamotto. In the second mission, the Sorcerer Supreme needs to enter another dimension to recover the book, but Baron Mordo appears and tries to prevent this. You need to shoot the flashing lanes and recover the stolen book. And that's Baron Mordo, I suppose. To start Baron Mordo's main mission, you have to knock down the drop-down targets. Baron Mordo's main aim was always to become Sorcerer Supreme. That's who Doctor Strange is. That's his title. His ambition was greater than ever. So I bet Baron Mordo is the main bad guy in the movie. In the first mission, you have to prevent this by shooting the right portals. The first failure has Mordo only more determined to defeat him. He seeks alliance with Nightmare and Dormammu, but first he needs to activate the dimensional portals. You have to prevent this by shooting the third dimensional portals. You can activate Nightmare's main missions by hitting those, and we don't need to really know what their missions are. And you activate Dormammu's missions by hitting those. So
Great evil stirs, Master. The Sorcerer Supreme is needed.
it kind of explains why
By
there's
the hoary
6
hosts of
missions.
Agath. One, the battle of our lives awaits.
Here. It makes sense now, because there's 2 for each character, and Doctor Strange, he's kind of more about having the same bad guy fighting him over and over again than, say, Spider-Man, who effectively has run into tons of different bad guys, and some of them are never seen again, or
May the
Superman's
Vishanti
even
watch
worse.
over us all.
Like,
For decades I served the Ancient One. He promised me power.
so
And
here's the
now I shall
portals.
take it from you!
Mordo, you fool. You betrayed the Ancient One.
So whichever one I go through, I come out a different hole.
Nice shot!
Fantastic.
So I don't know what I'm
Where
supposed to
are the
hit.
defenders when I need them?
They just make their swords appear out of nowhere. So I failed that mission, probably. I am just not a fan of not being able to start a mission pretty quickly. Star Wars The Next Generation Pinball gives you, I think, the option to start a mission immediately as you launch. You can either
May
go
the
for the
Vishanti
skill shot or
smile
just
upon us
start the
all.
mission right there before the ball is even moving, and that is a great feature. Of course, if you made the skill shot, you could also start a mission really easily after that. Having you do work before you even
You are truly a master of the mystic arts.
begin the goal
Multi-ball!
is annoying. And it just means the bad players are going to see less of your table. So, last table we played was Castle Storm. A,
Multi-ball ended.
I guess not
cannot
technically a licensed product, because Zen made Castle Storm a real game. So a cross-promotional thing, they're promoting their own property. And at least to me, it seems like they put a lot of extra effort in that table to make it feel better than most of the tables we've seen at this point. That being said, I have played 4 bad Marvel tables,
By
and
the
so
12
far,
moons of
while this
Mordor.
isn't great, it hasn't proven itself to be awful yet either. There's definitely some stuff missing here. It might be a little unfair to compare this
Where
table
are
to
the
the Magic
defenders when I
Theater,
need them?
but maybe not. The Magic Theater is a very
I have
famous
failed.
real
The
pinball
battle
table
is over.
that has
Awesome.
magnets, has trapdoors, has
Great evil stirs, Master.
has
The
a
Sorcerer
lot of
Supreme
toys,
is
a
needed.
lot of tricks
the
and
hoary hosts of
and
Agath. One,
interesting things
the
happening
battle
to
of
the
our
ball. at all
lives
times.
awaits.
Here, we're seeing nothing like that. So the flying cars on the bumpers don't count for anything. So why isn't there a magnet? Why isn't there a trapdoor? Why isn't there a jump? Becomes the question. Why is it that you have to hit every single character twice to knock down the same thing, drop down targets?
May
and
the
then sink a
Vishanti
ball
watch
behind
over
those
us all.
drop down targets? They could have done something different for Dorama,
Multiplier
something
increased.
different for Nightmare, something different for Baron whoever. What is his other name? Mordo, I believe. Something, and had maybe the drop down targets just for Doctor Strange. But if you were gonna do that, you can't have these drop down targets on the far left and the far right. It is highly unlikely that a bad player is gonna be able to make those shots. Like, I've unlocked everything here, and I'm still not capable of making the shot to start a mission. Like, everybody's there.
Where are
what
the
do I do? I lose
defenders
the
when I
ball.
need them? Skill shot.
Skill shot. Is there a super skill shot? Nope. And all those drop down targets reset. That's frustrating. That's bad game design. Why would you do that to a player? I could understand them maybe going up at the very beginning, but they should drop back down. And you have to do every character twice. And I assume you move forward in the mission even if you fail.
In the dream dimension. Nightmare. How
You're
have you
gonna
bypassed
see
the
the
spells
first
that guard
missions
my sleep?
for each
And I
character
told you,
way
Strange.
more
My
often.
schemes are tinged with genius.
Your schemes smack purely of cowardice, Nightmare. Your most prevalent trait.
The disappearing in
Ball
Nightmare
save.
is in the way of me seeing the ball, which that's not helpful. So if I hit Nightmare again, do I start over? I think I do.
Where
I've
are the
actually already
defenders
proven
when
that,
I need
but
them?
that's what
I have failed. The battle is over.
So I
Great
imagine
evil stirs, Master.
you're gonna do
The
Nightmare
Sorcerer
and
Supreme is
Dormammu.
needed.
Probably
By the
twice
hoary
as
hosts
often
of Haga.
as Doctor
One.
Strange and
The
Baron.
battle of our lives awaits.
If you're just randomly keeping the ball in play, if you're not an expert at pinball, if you're not good at making the shots on the far left and the far right in the middle of the playfield. So it's going to get really, really
Where are the
boring
defenders when
to
I need them?
do the same missions over again. Because you're going to see the first mission of Dormammu and Nightmare more than anything. It's so unbalanced. Why not have 6 missions that are started in 6 different ways? Or started at random?
It cannot be.
Or I could choose. That really should be how it always is. You should just be able to choose. I see no beneficial reason to hide half the missions behind other missions. I see no reason to hide the missions behind drop-down targets.
I am humbled by your greatness.
This table is withholding, as a lot of the tables are. They just don't let you actually play
Power
them.
must be tempered by wisdom, or it is worthless.
I wonder how much of the movie is going to be about like mental strength and mysticism, and how much of it is just going to be an act.
You never cease
an
to
action
impress me,
movie.
darling.
I imagine it may very well be all action. So let's see if we can get the
Somewhere
Dormammu.
nearby. Pain! I must send my astral form to investigate. What is this? Someone dares inhabit my physical form?
Your body
So the Dormammu mission is a good one to start.
How have you escaped your home dimension, demon?
So they're doing different dimensions here. So it might be more acceptable to say it's a demon dimension that they're from instead of a hell in general.
Such mastery!
Supreme!
Nice shot!
I assume in the Marvel Universe there is a heaven and hell. A true heaven and hell. There is in the DC Universe.
Such mastery!
On top of demon dimensions. These flippers are really stubby and short, but not a big issue when you're playing a tiny table like this. I am not sure if there was anything I could do on that table though. It looks kind of like you just scored points until you stopped scoring points. It didn't seem like any of the lanes required you to hit
Where are the defenders when I need
targets.
them? I have failed! The battle is over.
I wouldn't be
Awesome.
surprised if Doctor Strange showed up in the Netflix movies.
Great evil stirs, Master.
The Netflix
The
TV
Sorcerer
series.
Supreme is needed.
And
By
gave
the holy
missions
hosts of Haga,
to
Wong,
the
the battle of our
defenders
lives
that
awaits.
weren't magical because
All
he's
safe.
just too busy with all the magical stuff. But I think that's what they're trying to imply in the trailer is that while the Avengers and the Defenders on a smaller scale protect the world from physical threats, it's Doctor Strange and kind of nobody else, as far as I know, that's going to defend it from mystical, magical threats. There seems to be a high potential for some Superman syndrome here, because Doctor Strange is supposed to be the
Nightmare! How have you
most
bypassed
powerful
the spells
magician
that
ever,
guard my sleep?
and I
Have
don't
not
know of
told
any
you,
other Marvel
Strange?
magic
My schemes
characters
are
that
tinged
are good
with
guys.
genius.
Your schemes
see if I
smack
can
purely
think
of
of something.
cowardice, Nightmare. Your most
Nope,
prevalent
I
trait.
can't think of any other magical characters. I think they
Amazing.
probably they made Doctor Strange, and he was so powerful. It's like you don't need a second Superman. Superman can do it all. What am I aiming for here? Seems like I'm aiming for the bounce on the
Where are the
bumpers.
defenders when I need them?
I didn't see a lit lane or anything.
All safe.
The table just doesn't feel very magical.
May the Vishanti smile upon us all.
See, this is where a great example where the license could have done some stuff here. You could have put a mirror on the table to make it upside
It
down.
cannot
You
be.
could have put a bunch of magnets. You could have introduced some early crazy multi-ball. Let's see. You could have had a wand if he uses a wand. I don't think he does. Could have had a spell book. If he uses a spell book, kind of not knowing Doctor Strange.
Where
I don't
are the
know what would be
defenders when I
thematically
need them?
appropriate,
I
but
have failed. The battle.
we see fireballs, no fireball mode.
Great evil
it
stirs,
seems
Master. The
there's-
Sorcerer Supreme is needed.
We've seen
By
levitation.
the hoary
No
hosts of
levitation
Haga.
equivalent
Wong,
happening to the
the battle
pinball.
of our lives awaits.
Lightning, no lightning equivalent here. If they use portals a lot, then the game itself is not using them enough. Although we saw that one mission happen, and that was a cool idea, certainly. That'd be interesting to do a portal thing like that in the
Power
in
must
a
be
real
tempered by
pinball
wisdom,
table. You'd have to
or
have
it is worthless.
some sinkhole targets that popped up and shot it up different ramps.
I'm in the
Or
dream
something like
dimension.
that.
Nightmare, how have you bypassed the spells that guard my sleep?
Have I not told you, Strange? My schemes are tinged with genius.
Didn't we already
Your
do this
schemes
mission?
smack purely of cowardice, Nightmare. Your most prevalent trait.
And hitting all these other ramps, I don't think is spelling
Supreme!
anything. So what's the next target?
Will nothing counter this
Oh,
sorcery?
you have to go and fall down to Ramamu's thing again, so I have to go up this far left ramp, which I really can't do, from the left flipper, so we fail again. I can kind of call it now. There's probably zero chance that I'm ever going to start a mission 2
You
with any
never
of these
cease
characters.
to impress me, darling.
That and the game giving me that feeling makes it feel impressive and makes me already willing to just walk away from it.
Where are the
30 minutes
defenders
in.
when I need them?
And this is one of those tables where you get a pretty decent score. It's not incredibly different
All
from
safe.
those scores. It's just... It's not fun. It's just not fun. The floating ghost of him flying over the table, blocking my view, is unappreciated. I wish that was an option in the menu. Just turn off all 3D models. I don't want these 3D models on the table blocking my view. But you probably couldn't play the game if that was the case. Maybe you could. You very well may be able to actually play it better if you could turn off that. Let's see. That's an interesting thought. Maybe I can turn these things off.
Left kickback activated. You are truly a master of the mystic arts. Multi-ball!
Multi-ball. That's what I really want to hear a lot
Fantastic.
more when I'm playing all these tables. I want to hear them say multi-ball and jackpot. And ideally
Multi-ball ended.
in
Kickback.
every single table
May
with
the
an hours to
Vishanti
play. I
watch
should
over
be
us
able
all.
to get a multi-ball.
Right kickback activated.
And I should be able to get the jackpot at least once. And every now and then, every 5 hours of gameplay, I'd like to
Eye
hear a
of
super
Agamotto,
jackpot.
rise, rise!
Supreme! Amazing!
Such mastery!
So am I trying to do like far edge loops here?
Fantastic!
I don't know what I'm supposed to hit, if anything.
Amazing!
I guess I'm lighting things up and maybe increasing the combo? No?
It cannot be!
That should have been a ball saved right there, but didn't do it. It's a mistake that I have to go into the menus and turn off the score popping up, and I have to go into the menu and turn off other features that get added here, that just to make this feel like an acceptable pinball table, like to make so many of the tables feel acceptable. Like these are, I'm talking default options that are on for every single table. Because when we first started playing, every time you got points would appear magically above the ball. We still have the ball trails, which is not realistic. But
By the 12 moons
I
of
don't really have a
Moonaball.
problem with them. But I think I may turn them off too. just to see if we
Left
can
kickback activated.
get a full
A fine shot, Master.
real pinball experience. Yeah. So I'm hitting all these ramps. Am I scoring how much points? 1,000, 100,000 per ramp?
You amaze me, beloved.
Like double combos. We've got the combos lit up, so as long as I keep hitting the ramps, I'll continue to get more score. And see, an expert could sit there for an hour going up the ramp over and over again in a figure 8 motion.
Kick back.
But that would be incredibly boring for me to do.
Where are the defenders when I need them? I have failed. The battle is over.
Awesome.
So 11 million this time.
Great evil
Let's
stirs, Master.
restart the game, and then let's go to. I want to try a couple things. I want to see operators menu, utilities, factory adjustments. Nope. Factory adjustments, presets. Install extra easy, install normal, install extra hard. That's presets. Clear audits, don't do that. Extra adjustments. Labels remain available. Dot matrix color preset. Lower arm sensitivity. Upper arm sensitivity. Detailed scores displayed. Dot matrix guides. So nothing there. Reset local high scores. So it's not utilities, adjustments. Alright, standard adjustments. Ball saver time. 30 seconds. Extra balls per game. Let's see, balls per game, here we go. How high can we set this? We could set it to 10 balls per game. And ball saver time can go up to 60 seconds. And extra balls per game can be 10. So the maximum you could do here would be tilt warnings. We can turn that up to tilt off. Nice. Balls per game, ball saver, extra balls. That's standard adjustments, feature adjustments, combo timer, multi-ball saver, Doctor Strange miss number 1, miss number 2, miss number... So I don't know what that even changes. Multi-ball ball saver. Yep. Physical adjustments. So all pinballs in theory can be physically shifted. So if I just wanted to adjust it to a lower pitch, I can only go down to 6 out of 6.5, or I can go as high as 8.5. So 6 moved it that way, and 8.5 moves it that way. Interesting. Rubber ring location. We can move it to hard mode. Interesting. Or normal. So is that what those things are? Interesting. So
Great
of course,
evil stirs, Master.
playing this way, I can't get on the leaderboard or probably even get achievements. The other thing I wanted to see is if we go... Nope. Let's reset that to default. did not mean to adjust this. Let's go ahead and use the mouse since it doesn't seem like I can cross over here to video. Let's see. In-game challenge display is off. Dot matrix is in the top left. Ball trails, we can turn that off. But everything else is here. There's no animation on this table to change. So animation cutscenes seem to be table specific, and in this table that's not a possibility.
Sorcerer Supreme is needed.
By the hoary hosts of Hoggoth, Wong, the
So-
battle of our lives awaits.
With the table tilted heavily towards the back, it is a lot easier
All saved.
to get up those ramps now. I can guarantee that without even having to do it.
Where are the defenders when I need them?
Now, having even 10 balls with 10 potential extra balls though isn't going to change a lot. Maybe if I had gone and changed the defaults to extra easy, that would have made even more adjustments. See, and if I was running an arcade and I was trying to attract little kids, and maybe that is the wrong target audience for an arcade, because little kids may very well not want to play anything that's physical like pinball. They may be more interested in playing a giant Angry Birds arcade console, which arcade machine, which I've seen in those and similar things. But if I was running an arcade, I would tilt the pitch back. I would make it super easy. I would give Ed 10 balls.
By the 12
and
moons of
just
Mudapore.
let them play like crazy. However, you can see I'm still having trouble hitting Dormammu. Just because it's easier to get the ball up the field doesn't mean it's any easier to get the ball in the right hole or the right ramp. Correct hole.
You never
correct
cease to impress me,
ramp.
darling.
It makes it slightly easier,
Cannot be.
but it's still easy enough to lose.
Skill shot.
Let's see, combos lit. And at a certain point though, playing like this also just kind of cheats you a little bit, because you're just ruining the game for yourself by making it so easy. The challenge is gone. Come on. Sink in the eye of whatever it was called.
Where are the defenders when I need them?
Ball 4 right now, I'm dropping them like crazy. So when I lose here, I won't go into the leaderboard ending. That will be interesting too. We turned off ball trails, so now when I hit the ball, it just rolls like a regular pinball.
You amaze me,
It
beloved.
didn't bother me, but might as well turn it off. Let's see it like it really
Multiplier
would look.
increased.
So when you're in a bumper area like that, and there's a score multiplier through the rollover targets,
Cannot
sitting
be.
there and hitting it like this is a good idea to cycle through the different things, the different light up things. So
Skill shot.
right here is a great time
Multiplier
to do this,
increased.
and you'll increase the multiplier probably a lot faster, because it is an area where you're actually not in control of the ball. So instead of being in control of the ball, you're in control of the targets, which is kind of a genius
You are
little
truly a
concept.
master of the mystic arts.
If,
Multi-ball!
if that concept had been invented by Zen, I would applaud him for it.
All
But
saved.
the truth is, it's been in pinballs for decades. I haven't seen a
Multi-ball
single
ended.
concept that's been added by Zen that really adds anything to the ideas of pinball. I've yet to see anything that makes me say, I wish you could do that in the real world, or here's something that you could only do on a digital pinball table. Something that really differentiates these tables from the others. And still, even having 10 balls, this is not the mode I wish they had. I wish there was just an endless mode. You could play forever.
Left kickback
The game
activated.
never ends.
May the Vishanti
You can
watch over
just
us all.
always get another ball launched out, a ball launch
nearby.
opportunity.
Pain! I must send my astral form to investigate. What is this? Someone dares inhabit my physical form?
I don't even know how you could do Jamal in the movie universe, because if Dormammu takes over his body, we need Doctor Strange to get his body back. So you would have to take over his body, then somehow duplicate or create his own body, so then they both had some physical form and could both be on the
Such
screen.
mastery!
Left kickback activated.
The change there of the angle of the camera is a mistake. The fact that the camera moves at all is a mistake.
Where are the
I wish
defenders when I
there
need
was a
them?
button or something that I could lock it. Let's see. We'll see later. Maybe there is some button that would lock the camera angles, because I don't really need it to zoom back. I can play and would prefer to play it with it locking in the view up there in front of the flippers, the things I'm controlling, and whatever the ball is doing in the backfield, I'd like to just glance up to the top and see it. This is how I play real pinball tables when I get the rare chance to play them. I keep my eyes on the flippers and the gutter, and whatever happens at the top is just going to be left to random chance. Unless, of course, it's an upper playfield or something, or there is a flipper up there that I can actually target and work with. I suppose a better player than me would pay attention to what's going up there a little bit more and see if maybe nudging would work. Which I do have the tilt completely off, so I can sit here and nudge things all I want. Let's see, nudge, 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 nudge. That's fine and fun. The only reason why tilt ever even exists is because they didn't want people breaking their pinball tables,
Supreme.
nudging them like crazy.
Amazing.
Such mastery!
I guess there is some magic in the animation there, because the playfield rails disappear and the table animates upward, but in the real world that would just be an under the table playfield. Or you could maybe even have the ramps move out of the way in different
For
fashions.
decades I served the Ancient One. He promised me power. And now I shall take it from you!
And these are the
Mordor,
animations
you
I was
fool.
hoping.
You betrayed
turn
the
around.
Ancient One.
Like, I am not sure what I'm supposed to be
It
hitting.
cannot be.
Doesn't matter. Fail again. This is a real good example of just why, even if you had infinite balls, you still aren't guaranteed to get the highest score. It helps, definitely, but it doesn't mean that you'll be able to play the table. It doesn't mean you'll be able to accomplish the goals. Even the ramps here are still, on occasion, draining backwards from the ramps like that, and that's with the pitch adjusted as
Where are the
much as
defenders when
possible.
I need them?
Wait, actually, I think I adjusted it the wrong way. Didn't I? Yeah, I did. I did adjust it the wrong way. Oops. I made it incredibly hard on myself, didn't I?
You are truly a master of the mystic arts.
Well,
Multi-ball!
we'll go back and make another adjustment and go the other way and see if anything's
Such
different.
mastery!
But I do want to go back
Ball
to 3 balls instead of 10
Supreme!
because that's
Fantastic.
May the Vishanti smile upon us all.
every second I spend playing this game that's not going to count to the
Multi-ball ended.
leaderboards and to my super score is just another second
Eye
I'm
of
admitting
Agamotto,
that I've already
rise,
given up on
rise.
getting a better high score.
Fantastic.
If you had an infinite amount of time and you really did want to play this more, then
Amazing.
I would care to play this table. Playing a game like this is a good warm-up game. It's a good practice game.
Left kickback activated.
The problem is in the practicing, you run the risk of having a really successful game that won't count. And that's why most people that go in for world records are always recording, always making that evidence in case this one game turns out to be the world record breaker.
It cannot be!
What ball are we on now? This is ball 3? No way. No way is this ball 3. Maybe with all the shoot again ball savers and everything enabled. Well, if this is ball 3, then I think it's only fair to quit out here.
Power must be tempered by wisdom, or it is
Or
worthless.
you can see I'm at like 19 million, and a lot of that has to do with the ball saver. And whatever the other things were that I adjusted to my favor. It doesn't feel completely out of the realm of possibility that the 19 million I've earned here could have been earned with the factory
Multiplier
default.
increased.
So I don't want to go any further.
Thona has stolen the Book of Vishanti. I must retrieve it, lest his tyranny extends from his homeworld to our own.
So this is interesting mode. I'm glad we were able to start it. We're trying to hit the floating glyphs, hieroglyphics on the playfield there. Here's something you would have kind of a hard
Student,
time.
the Eye of Agamotto lights your path to Athona. Left kickback activated.
You would have to do something different there to emulate this in the real world, but not impossible. What they could do is put a camera on a pinball table and just watch where the ball lands, or you could put a magnetic sensor under it and
I have found the exact location of the Book of the Vishanti.
so we got mission 1 done, but I'm not going to play any further after this ball, so as soon as I lose this ball, that's it. That being said, I don't want to just curse myself and lose right now on purpose. If I can actually proceed and progress, I'd like to see it. Of course, I am cheating. I've adjusted things.
May the Vishanti watch
The
over
fact
us
that the
all.
pinball tables have like different points where you can move a rubber bouncer to make the angle of how it bounces in aim in different directions is kind of cheesy. I would keep an eye out for those, and if I was an expert
Nearby.
on pinball, and
Pain.
say, wait a minute, this
I
one's
must
set on
send
hard
my
mode.
astral form to investigate.
And I'm cool with it at the beginning. It asks for
Someone
a
dares
hard
inhabit
mode or
my
an
physical
easy mode,
form?
but personally I'd want to play on easy mode, and I would not want to give money to an arcade owner that set it to hard mode.
Multiplier
course.
increased.
There's a decent chance that they probably didn't set it to hard mode and they just got it from their reseller as it was and plugged it in and left it alone.
Where are the defenders when
Here we
I
go.
need them?
So I'm at 49 million and I'm just gonna drop the ball. Ball 10? Wait a minute. How'd I go from ball 3 to ball 10? That doesn't make any sense.
Lock is lit. Feed Shumagorath to stave off his next attack.
Let's continue playing then, I guess, if we're on ball 10. Ball 10 almost gets me to a
Ball saved.
gets me to 50 million. And see, it starts to make sense. Like
Your spirit
how you
inspires us all.
could cheat
Now,
this
hurry!
if
I
you
am
can
humbled by your greatness.
trick the leaderboards into thinking you were playing a legitimate game, but in actuality
end
you
it.
were
It cannot
playing
be.
a pinball game.
I have failed.
I could see
The
that.
battle is over.
And even if you
Awesome.
were playing a legitimate game, so 53 million there. But see, my score doesn't count. Alright.
Great
Restart.
evil stir.
And let's go to the operator's menu again. And utilities factory adjustments install. And adjustments, feature adjustments, physical adjustments, playfield down to 6. I should have done this before, and I didn't. I went
Great
the other
evil
way.
stirs,
So I
master.
made it actually
The sorcerer
more
supreme
difficult.
is needed.
By the hoary hosts of Hagath, walk! The battle of our lives awaits.
Because it really wasn't feeling easier to get up the ramps. I'll have to play a little bit to see if this feels easier. A 5-degree change in pitch isn't as significant as a 2.5 degree, well, a half a degree change in pitch is nowhere as drastic as the 2.5 degree change I did in the opposite direction. And it's kind of hard to sense these things on a virtual table. If you were playing real pinball, you would feel it. You would
Where
see
are the defenders when I need them?
subconsciously the ball was moving faster and it was just easier to get up ramps. Even the weakest of taps
Fine
there,
shot, master.
that would be going twice as far. But yeah, I'm not really feeling a difference for a half a degree. I assume that was in degrees. So it was by default 6.5 degrees incline, then you can increase it to 8.5 degrees.
You
or
never cease
lower
to
it
impress
6.
me, darling.
If you got it down to a 0-degree incline, then the ball would never come down, then you wouldn't be able to play it. And if you got it into a -degree incline, then the ball, you just have to launch the ball once, and you wouldn't even have to launch the ball. It would just slide itself down down to the top of the playfield. The game would play forever, unless of course you had the entire table backwards. That was something I was gonna ask though, was like on the options as we're playing this. I wanted to see controls. Let's see. View mode changed with C. Slow motion off. Can you turn slow motion on? Interesting. So if I just hit M here, let's see what that is. But I don't know why I'm looking at that. Let's look at the Xbox 360 controller. Manual ball launch with the right stick. Flip is left trigger and left bumps. That's what I'm using. View mode is X. Didn't even know that. Slow motion is Y. Alright. Let's see how that works. Scores will not be displayed on the leaderboard if you use slow motion. Ah. So here, let's go ahead and slow motion this. It's like, it's a hold button. So you can just hold it down. And then when you let go. So if you're really bad at pinball, you could totally cheat this. That is something. Finally, I have found something that Zen Studios and Pinball FX2 can do that a regular pinball table can't do. They can do slow motion. The only way you could even approximate this is if perhaps you made the ball heavier and the angle shallower. Yeah, we could just sit here the whole time, wait for the perfect point, hit that button, and then go. Of course, this would be hours and hours of just sitting here, holding down that slow motion button.
12 moons of Munapur.
The 12 moons of Munapur? Really? I'm blaming Stan Lee for that one.
Rise! Rise!
So we're just waiting for the ball to come out. And then slow motion this whole thing.
Such mastery!
And you can kind of develop an ability
Amazing!
to like slow it down only on the
Fantastic.
when it's approaching the flipper. Notice how it hit the flipper and bounced. I didn't hit it with the flipper. But this is boring as all get out.
Supreme!
And there's like these different light up paths. And I don't know
Nice shot!
if it's just
Fantastic.
a counter or what. So how long have we been playing? An hour? Yep. I was hoping maybe it wasn't gonna take an hour to do this, but yeah, I was pretty much done with this table in 30 minutes, and we have learned some things now with the options menu. So I suppose you can map
You
the
are
slow
truly a
motion,
master of the mystic
control,
arts.
and as long as
Multi-ball!
you don't hit it, you're fine. That seems to indicate what they mean, what they say, but I would suspect
Humbled by your
your
greatness.
best option is to not have that button out, because if you bump it, even for a second,
Multi-ball ended.
you're going to lose that high score. And that would be really, really soul
Left
crushing.
kickback activated.
If you were doing great, you bumped the button for a second. That's kind of like fighter games. If you hit pause during a tournament, you lose immediately.
Nearby.
So they
Pain.
have lockout
I must
switches
send
on
my
the
astral form to
arcade,
investigate. What is
arcade
this?
switches.
Someone
No, arcade
dares inhabit my physical
joysticks.
form?
Your body, your power, everything you are, have now become the birthright of the Dread Dormammu.
So my question about Dormammu is, can he appear human to everybody else and just like replace it completely? Or does he always look like a flaming skull? I believe in the Lego Marvel game, Doctor Strange's mission was basically Doctor Strange's own power caused trouble and we had to help him undo it. And I suspect that happens a lot.
Eye of Agamotto, rise, rise!
That he's his own worst enemy. Well, I guess these light up. Ah, yeah, you have to hit everything 3 times. That's the trick. Alright, I see. So, for each one of those, you had to hit it 3 times. That's a total of
May the Vishanti smile
shots
upon us
you would
all.
have had to hit. Kind of a high number, but not too high. Just waiting for this game to end out, and then I need to go back and reset everything to default. Again, I don't want to lose. We're going late because
The dream dimension.
messing up.
Nightmare! How have you bypassed the spells that guard
So the
my
A
sleep?
button skips the animations in the same way that the Y button slows things down.
I have failed. The battle is over.
So 10 million there.
Great evil
let's
stirs,
see.
Master.
Now let's go back to options. Options. Controls. And we'll just reset everything to default. And we'll reset everything to default. And it becomes really obvious why by default that's not there. And then operator's menu, continue, utilities, factory adjustments, install.
Great evil stirs, Master. The Sorcerer
And
Supreme
so that
is
gets
needed.
everything back to the way it was. Exit to the menu. And Doctor Strange. What can I say about Doctor Strange? Not a terrible Marvel table, but still not very good. I just spent 30 minutes, 40 minutes really, playing with the adjustments and seeing what I could do to improve the games in general, and instead of actually playing for a high score, because I was so bored with it. And bad ideas. Really bad ideas to have 5 missions that are hidden behind 10 drop down targets and 5 sinkhole targets before you can even start the missions, and then 5 more missions behind those missions, so you have to do the first set of missions, the 10 drop down targets, the 5 sinkholes, and wow, it is really just so much work to even start a mission, and that's not even getting into the fact that the missions are difficult. The all-time leaderboard score here, we have 2 billion, and then we have almost 1 billion, and you're at half a billion by the time you're on the 10th all-time high score. One of these is drastically higher than the other. All of these seem really high again, but maybe doable, because I could see I got like 50 million with 10 balls. If you could get 5 extra balls and play them each ball for twice as long as me, then maybe, yeah, it seems doable. You'd probably have to play each ball for 4 or 5 times as long as each one as me, which skill may actually account for that. What skill doesn't account for, though, is the super score being at 3 billion, then 2 billion, then half a billion. That's just cheating. That's all it is. Downright cheating. Maybe even number 10 here at a kind of reasonable 74,000 is cheating, but maybe not. And that seems way more believable than 3 billion. Pinball Wizard is affected by the super score, so all of these numbers, of course, are very high. Still no friends. Never, probably won't have any because I'm recording all of this way before then. And the local high score here seems just for you. So, in comparison, I guess you can cheat this local high score. So, like, Deadpool here has a local high score by default set here to that. And the only way I see you could beat that is by cheating in the operator's menu.
Doctor Strange.
So what do we have anything else to cover? Yeah. I don't think I'd want to go back and play Doctor Strange though, but it may very well be the best Marvel table so far, which is a sad statement. I still don't want to go back and play it. Even if I like Doctor Strange and the references, I don't think there'd be that much interesting here. Now, the good news is the next table we're going to play is Episode 4, A New Hope. And it might be a new hope for Star Wars, certainly. I would certainly believe that Episode 4, they would want to put a lot of expertise in that and make a good table. I'm running about 50-50 here. I like The Force Awakens, I like Star Wars Rebels, and I really didn't like Han Solo or Droids or the Might of the First Order. So 3 out of 5 I didn't like, 2 out of the 5 I did like. Maybe with A New Hope we can get that balance, so 3 out of the 6 I would like, and then maybe that will start improving the other tables. After that we will do Earth Defense, which is I think Season 2 core classic creation, if I was to guess. Anywho, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps out. If you want to support me further, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want a friend to follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.